Hello, Mikel. We'll
Hello.
kick off with Gary from Sky.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Congratulations on your new contract.
Thank you.
We've heard you speaking to the club about how special it is. But for a wider audience, how are you feeling now that dust has settled on the announcement?
Well, I'm really happy, really excitement. I think it shows the alignment between the club and myself and the coaching staff, that we are in this journey together, that we enjoy working together, that we have much higher ambitions, that we want to fulfill them. So that's the way that I look at it, and as I said, really pleased and grateful as well.
I think it was this week, 13 years ago, you made your debut as a player at Arsenal. So in terms of off the pitch,
Still look the same though.
You've aged very well.
Yeah.
But it's been a lucky 13 because I guess you wouldn't want to be anywhere else at the moment.
No, I couldn't think about a better place to be, to develop my career as a player, to experience such an amazing football club, the people that I met, the experiences that I had, and now as a manager, that has been something fun, beyond and better than what I ever dreamed about, probably.
We talked about lucky 13 there in terms of you've got a new deal, but unlucky 13, I guess, in terms of the news this week regarding Martin. What can you tell us about his injury?
We need some more tests, so let's see what happens in the next day or so, this afternoon probably, and see what happens, what is the extent of the injury, and how quickly we can get him back. He's super positive about everything. We know Martin, he wants to be there every single day, but we have to wait and see.
I know it's probably swelling, so it's impossible for you to give a proper prognosis, but having seen him, I'm sure you have seen him, is he hopeful that it might not be as bad as potentially you first thought?
I leave that to the doctor, but his will, there's no question about that. He wants to be present in every game, and obviously a big game like this one, but we need to make sure that we know, first of all, how good he can be or not.
But just to clarify, I know we can't read too much into it because of the swelling, but you're not ruling him out at this stage?
Players with 48 hours are always available, but let's see what happens.
And obviously other injury concerns as well. How's Merino coming on?
Better. It's a slow process because it's a bone and it takes a while to heal. He's progressing well. He's already doing some stuff. He's working extremely hard. We're using this time as well to make sure that he understands a lot of things that he has a lot of questions about. And when he's back, he's ready to go and impact the team.
Before the next international break, potentially? Or?
We don't know. Honestly, it's very difficult to understand the healing of the bone. I think the moment he has a lot of symptoms, you can speed it up very quickly because he hasn't lost anything else. But we have to wait and see.
Better news, Gabriel Jesus is out there with the rest of the players?
Gabi was out. He's got another session tomorrow. If everything goes well, he will be ready to be selected in the squad, which is great news for us.
And I think I've not mentioned Calafiori yet.
Yeah.
Any news on him?
Yeah, it's another one that we have to wait another day or so, yeah.
All right. What about Raheem? Obviously, he's had a chance to train with you a little while now. Would it be too early to give him a start against?
He looks great. First of all, because he's got a big smile on his face, a lot of energy. He's at it, and he wants to prove a point. And when someone's got that in his belly, you sense it straight away. And obviously, I don't need to discover anything about his quality and what he can bring to the team.
So that's a yes then. Yeah. And just a final thought: for the first time ever, Arsenal won't be wearing their red and white in a North London derby. I know it's something to do with the club, nothing to do with Spurs. But do you think that matters?
Well, it's not ideal. We wanted to play with our home kit and our colours, but it's not our decision, and we will adapt. We did it against Villa, we won, so hopefully you're going to bring very good luck as well.
Thank you.
George, good to see you.
Mikel, just on Raheem, when you say he wants a proof point, what's he been like in these last 2 weeks, and basically what's just going through his head about what he wants to achieve with you at Arsenal?
Well, what I see is hunger. He's a player that wants to play every minute of every game. When it's not the case, he's not happy. He loves football. He's what he likes doing every single day, and I see that. And his commitment, the level of energy that he's bringing to the team, and the quality is a big boost. You can feel it on the players as well. When he's walking through the door, we are better with him, and he's going to make us better.
He had a great run of goal scoring at Man City when you was there. Every season it seemed to go up. Can you both unlock that again and how you see him play in your team? Because he had a knack of being in the right place at the right time in his goal scoring.
And he has this ability, and obviously the credit to that is his and the play that he's got around him. And you need that when you're one of the front players, certainly. He has that intuition, that will, and the ability to do that, and I'm sure he's going to impact the team.
Just going back to your contract, when you first joined Arsenal, it was a very different club to the one now. So just how is it evolving in the way you want it to, and what's next for Arsenal? You need to make the next step in winning major trophies.
Well, in the way that I think we all wanted, because we wanted a very different club, and we are in the right direction. We have made some huge steps, and we have a lot still to make. And you sense that hunger from ownership to the board to all the players and staff here, and this is the aim and the objective.
And is there any club or country you would have left Arsenal for? Were you so settled on just
No. This is the emotional attachment that I have, that my family has, my kids have, the experience that I have, and the involvement with the people is too strong.
Mikel, it does look, going into this weekend, regardless of what happens with Arsenal, that you are going to be relatively short on numbers in midfield, and it's obviously 3 massive games coming up. It does seem that Ethan's got more of an important role in your squad. I just wondered, would you have any issues throwing him into a big game? Because you've spoken in the past about not overexposing young players and throwing them in at the right time.
Yeah, well, we have to adapt to that. Through the season, we're going to have this kind of situation. It happened very early since the second game, because when you look at the bench that we had against Brighton, it's very different to the one that probably we all expected. Is the situation that we have. We have to face it, use opportunities. The young kids have given us a lot of hope and a lot of right reasons as well to count on them. And if we need to, we will do it for sure.
Need from the Premier League?
Hi.
Congratulations on the contract extension.
Thank you.
You had a chance to participate in this game as a player, as a manager. This is one of the greatest rivalries in English football. What's your best positive memory as a player or manager?
Probably afterwards, especially when you win at home and you celebrate with your supporters, and you know how it means. There is something special. We have so many huge Arsenal supporters since the day that they were born, and looking at that stuff, and we have some good examples around the first team as well. They come in after the game, and the emotion and what it means for them. It's a privilege to have the power to contribute to someone, making someone really happy and a special day for him.
I want to ask you about the Spurs manager, Ange. I won't use the word admire, but how much respect have you got for him from the moment he got to Spurs? You really see the football philosophy.
No, I admire him. I respect him. I think he's been an inspirational coach as well in my career, because he's done things in his own way in various contexts, in various countries, you know. And he has a very unique way of thinking about the game and his philosophy, and I love it. And he stands by it, and I think as well he represents himself and the club in a really good way.
A question about Raheem Sterling, please. It's been nearly 5 years since you worked in Man City. How much do you think he changed and evolved as a player since this time? And how do you think strong his desire and hunger to be successful now in Arsenal?
Yeah, a lot. Obviously, in his personal life, a lot of things have changed since the moment that we were together. The player, I was really surprised. The first call that I had with him, I knew straight away after 10 seconds, we have to bring him, because he really wanted it, you know. And that was my only question mark, you know, what is he at, what stage is he at in his career. After 10 seconds, I knew already before the next questions, we need him here.
Right, from Tott.
Hi Mikel, hope you're well. Going back to your new contract, when you look at what Arsene Wenger built here at Arsenal during his time at the club, when you look at the other great managers that have managed in the Premier League, like Sir Alex Ferguson, Pep, Merino, do you feel like you can build a legacy here like the likes of Arsene Wenger and some of those other managers have built at their respective clubs?
Hopefully, yes, you know, but you're talking about the best in the history of football, certainly in this country. And there is my aim and motivation, my energy is to be my best version of myself, the best coach in the world ever for Arsenal. And this is it, you know, what the club needs, what those players need, what we need as a team to keep developing and achieve what we want. And that's the only objective.
For all those Arsenal fans that are listening to this and are excited about your new contract, what's your message to them about what the next few years could offer for the club?
Thank you. That's what I would say. Thank you for the gratitude, for the time we have spent, for the trust, for the confidence that they've showed, and hopefully that can continue. And we are here to make people happy and enjoy their passion, which is to love and follow a football club. And we are very responsible to try to achieve that for them.
And lastly, on Kai Havertz, he ended last season in brilliant form. He started this year really well. How pleased have you been by the way he's adapted to that role up front and the way he's playing?
Yeah, he's been great. Obviously, it was a journey till that point that we navigated together, but nobody doubted about his quality and he can bring. And especially, I think the success comes because of his character and his personality and how he approaches every game, every situation, facing it and going for it. So it's a joy to have him.
It's great. That's what this weekend.
Thank you.
Okay, we've only got a couple more in the live section. We'll go to Jordan from the Athletic.
Okay, just with the injuries you've got just now, obviously you let Eddie, Emil, Reece go out on loan or leave the club this summer. Are you still happy with the size of the squad that you've got and the depth that you've gone with this season?
Yes, it can be bigger, yes, but as well we have certain limitations that we know about. We have to do certain things, certain transactions, and as well because certain players, they have our time with us and they needed a new challenge in their career. We have signed a few players. It's been a bit different to the previous years, but I'm really happy with the quality and the squad. But there are certain things that we cannot control, and what happened in the last 2 weeks is extremely unlucky. We have to face it, but hopefully during the season will be very different.
There's a really tough period coming up early in the season, 5 of the next 8 games are against the top 8 from last season. I guess how do you approach that, where a lot of people are saying this is already make or break for Arsenal with the injuries, the title could be out of their hands already by October, November. How do you try and flip that?
Day by day, guys. It's if we look where we're going to be at the end of May and the amount of games that we have to play and the level and the challenges ahead, we cannot think like this. We're gonna run out of oxygen. I want to have the energy, the enthusiasm for the next day, the next game, and prepare that in the best possible way. And that's what we're gonna do. And we're gonna go to Spurs with an unbelievable energy, and believe that we're gonna go there to be ourselves and try to win the game.
And finally, in the live section, to James from the ESPN.
Mikel, near the end of last season, Tottenham played City, and there were a lot of Spurs fans who wanted their own team to lose that game because it would mean that Arsenal wouldn't win the league. Ange was really kind of surprised by that at the time. You must have watched that game. What did you make of it?
I think I always have the faith, and I know Ange a little bit that his team played to try to win the game. They had some big, huge chances that any other day would be very different, and no question, no doubt about that at all.
No, but I'm talking about the fans, though, just the extent of the rivalry. Does it kind of underline?
I don't know which fans, and how many of those. I don't know. Everybody has his own thoughts, and I can speak by myself, and I never had any doubt about that.
Okay, that finishes the live section. We'll now go to 10:30 tonight. We'll kick off with Tott.